These are the law you are to set before them. Hebrew servants. If you buy a Hebrew servant, he is to serve you for 6 years, but in the 7th year he shall go free, without paying anything. If he comes alone, he is to go free alone. But if he has a wife when he comes, she is to go with him. If his master gave him a wife and she bare him sons or daughters, the woman and her children shall belong to her master, and only the man shall go free. But if the servant declare, I love my master and my wife and children and do not want to go to free, then this master must take him before the judges. He shall take him to the door or the doorpost and pierce his ear with an awl. Then he will be his servant for life. If a man shall sell his daughter as a servant, she is not to go free as male servants do. If she does not please the master who has selected her for himself, he must let her be redeemed. He has no right to sell her to foreigners, because he has broken faith with her. If he selects her for his son, he must grant her the right of the daughter. If he married another woman, he must not deprive the first one of her food, clothing, and marital rights. If he does not provide her with these 3 things, she is to go free, without any payment of money. Personal injuries. Anyone who strikes a person with fatal blow is to be put to death. However, if it is not done intentionally, but God let it happen, they are to flee to place I will designate. But if anyone scammers and kills someone deliberately, that person is to be taken from my altar and put to death. Anyone who attacks their father or mother is to be put to death. Anyone who kidnaps someone is to be put to death. Whether the victim has been sold or is still in the kidnapper's possession. Anyone who curses their father or mother is to be put to death. If people quarrel and one person hits another with a stone or with their fist, and the victim does not die but is confirmed to bed, the one who struck the blow will not be held liable. If the other can get up and walk around the side with a step, however, the guilty party must pay the injured person for any loss of time and see that the victim is completely healed. Anyone who beats their male or female slave with a rod must be punished if the slave died as a direct result. But they are not to be punished if the slave recovers after a day or two, since the slave is their property. If people are fighting and hit a pregnant woman and she gives birth prematurely, but there is no serious injury, the offender must be fined whatever the woman's husband demands and the court allows. But if there is serious injury, you are to take life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, fun for fun, wood for wood, various for various. An owner who hits a male or female slave in the eye and destroyed it must let the slave go free to compensate for the eye, and an owner who knocked out the tooth of a male or female slave must let the slave go free to compensate for the tooth. If a bull gores a man or woman to death, the bull is to be stoned to death, and its meat must not be eaten. But the owner of the bull will not be held responsible. If, however, the bull has had the habit of going and the owner has been warned, but is not keeping it penned up and it kills a man or woman, the bull is to be stoned and its owner also is to be put to death. However, if payment is demanded, the owner may redeem his life by the payment of whatever is demanded. This law also applies if the bull gores a son or daughter. If the bull gores a male or female slave, the owner must pay 30 shekels of silver or the master of the slave, and the bull is to be stoned to death. If anyone uncovers a field of sticks and fails to cover it and an ox or the donkey fall into it, the one who opened the field must pay the owner for the loss and take the dead animal in exchange. If anyone's bull injures someone else's bull and it dies, the two parties are to sell the live one and divide both the money and the dead animal equally. However, if it was known that the bull had a habit of going, yet the owner did not keeping it penned up, the owner must pay animal for animal and take the dead animal in exchange. Protection of property. Whoever steals an ox or sheep and slaughters it or sells it must pay back 5 head of cattle for the ox and 4 sheep for the sheep. If a thief is caught breaking in at night and is struck fatal blow, the defender is not guilty of bloodshed. But if it happened after sunrise, the defender is guilty of bloodshed. Anyone who steals must certainly make a restitution. Restitution, but if they have nothing, they must be sold to pay for their theft. If the stolen animal is found alive in their possession, whether ox or donkey or sheep, they must pay back double. If anyone grazes their livestock in a field or vineyard and let them stray, and they graze in someone else's field, the offender must make restitution from the best of their own field or vineyard. If a fire breaks out and spreads into thorn bushes so that it burns shock or grain or standing grain or the whole field, the one who started the fire must make restitution. If anyone gives a neighbor silver or goods or safekeeping and they are stolen from the neighbor's house, the thief, if catch, must pay back double. But if the thief is not found, the owner of the house must appear before the judges, and they must determine whether the owner of the house has laid hands on the other person's property. In all cases of illegal possession of an ox, a donkey, a sheep, a garment, or any other lost property, about which somebody says, "This is mine," both parties are to bring their case before the judge. The one whom the judge declares guilty must pay back double to the other. If anyone gives a donkey, an ox, a sheep, or any other animal to the neighbor for safekeeping, and it dies or injuries or is taken away while no one is looking, the issue between them will be settled by the taking of an oath before the Lord that the neighbor did not lay hands on the other person's property, the other of to accept this, and no restitution is required. But if the animal was stolen from the neighbor, restitution must be made to the owner. If it was torn of piece by the wild animal, the neighbor shall bring in the remains as evidence and shall not be required to pay for the torn animal. If anyone borrows an animal from their neighbor and it is injured or dies while the owner is not present, they must make restitution. But if the owner is with the animals, the borrower will not have to pay. If the animal was hired, the money paid for the hire covers to loss. Social responsibility. If a man seduces a virgin who is not pledged to be married and sleeps with her, he must pay the bride price, and she shall be his wife. If her father absolutely refuses to give her to him, he must still pay the bride price for virgins. Do not allow a socialist to drive. Anyone who has sexual relations with an animal is to be put to death. Whoever sacrifices to any god other than the Lord must be destroyed. Do not mistreat or oppress a foreigner, for you are foreigner in Egypt. Do not take advantage of the widow or the fatherless. If you do any, they cry out to me. Will certainly hear their cry. My anger will be aroused, and I will kill you with the sword. Your wives will become widows, and your children fatherless. If you lend money to one of my people among you who is needy, do not treat it like a business deal. Charge no interest. If you take your neighbor's cloak as a fleece, return it by sunset, because that cloak is the only covering your neighbor has. What else can they sleep in? When they cry out to me, I will hear, for I am compassionate. Do not blaspheme God or curse the ruler of the people. Do not hold back offering from your granaries of your beds. You must give me the firstborn of your son. Do the same with your cattle and your sheep. Let them stay with their mother for 7 days, but give them to me on the 8th day. You are to be my holy people, so do not eat the meat of an animal torn of wild beast. Throw it to the dogs. Law of justice of mercy. Do not spread false report. Do not help a guilty person by being a malicious witness. Do not follow the crowd in doing wrong. When you give testimony in a lawsuit, do not pervert justice by siding with the crowd, and do not show favoritism to poor person in lawsuit. If you come across your enemy's ox or donkey wandering off, be sure to return it. If you see the donkey of someone who writes to you fallen down on the road, do not leave it there. Be sure you help them with it. Do not deny justice to your poor people in their lawsuit. Have nothing to do with a false charging, and do not put an innocent or honest person to death. For I will not acquit the guilty. Do not accept bribe for of bribe blinds those who see and twist the word of the innocent. Do not oppress a foreigner. You yourselves know how it feels to be foreigners, because you were foreigners in Egypt. Sabbath rose. For 6 days you are to sow your field and harvest the crops. During the 7th year, let the land lie unplowed, the unused. Then the poor among your people may get food from it, and the wild animal may eat what is left. Do the same with your vineyard and your olive grove. 6 days do your 6 days do your work, but on the 7th day do not work, so that your your donkey may rest, and so that the slave born eat your household, and the foreigner living among you may be refreshed. Be careful to do everything I have said you. Do not invoke the name of other gods. Do not let them be here on your lips. The 3 annual festival. 3 times a year you are to celebrate a festival to me. Celebrate the festival of unleavened bread. For 7th day eat bread made without yeast. As I command you, do this at the appointed time in the month of Abi. For in that month you came out of Egypt. No one is to appear before me empty-handed. Celebrate the festival of harvest with the first fruits of the crop you sow in your field. Celebrate festival, the ingathering at the end of year, when you gather in your crop from the field. 3 times a year all the men are to appear before the sovereign Lord. Do not offer the blood of the sacrifice to me along with anything containing yeast. The fat of my festival offering must not be kept until morning. Bring the best of the first fruits of your soil to the house of the Lord your God. Do not cook a young goat, its mother's milk. God's angel to prepare the way. See, I am sending a ranger ahead of you to guard you along the way and to bring you to the place I have prepared. Pay attention to him and listen what he says. Do not rebel against him. He will not forgive your rebellion. Since my name is him, if you listen carefully to what he says and do all that I say, I will be an enemy to your enemies, and you oppose those who oppose you. My angel will go ahead of you and bring you into the land of the Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Canaanite, Hivites, and Jebusites, and I will wipe them out. Do not bow down before their gods or worship them. Follow the heretics. You must demolish them and break their sacred stone to pieces. Worship the Lord your God, and his blessing will be on your food and water. I will take away sickness from among you, and none will miscarry or be barren in your hand. I will give you a full lifespan. I will send my terror ahead of you and throw into confusion every nation you encounter. I will make your enemies turn their backs and run. I will send the hornet ahead of you to drive the Hittites, Canaanites, and Hittites out of your way. But I will not drive them out in a single year, because the land would become desolate and the wild animals too numerous for you. Little by little, I will drive them out before you until you have increased enough to take possession of the land. I will establish your border for the Red Sea to the Mediterranean Sea, and from the desert to the Euphrates River. I will give into your hands the people who live in the land, and you will drive them out before you. Do not make a covenant with them or you, their gods. Do not let them live in your land, or they will cause you to sin against me, because the worship of their gods will certainly be a snare to you. The covenant confirmed. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Come up the road, you and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel. You are to worship at a distance, but Moses alone is to approach the road. The others must not come near, and the people may not come up with him." When Moses went and told the people all the Lord's words and laws, they responded with one voice, "Everything the Lord has said, we will do." Moses then wrote down everything the Lord had said. He got up early the next morning and built an altar at the foot of the mountain and set up 12 stone pillars representing the 12 tribes of Israel. When he sent young Israelite men, and they offered burnt offering and sacrificed young bulls as fellowship offering to the Lord. Moses took half of the blood and put it in bowls, and the other half he splashed against the altar. Then he took the book of the covenant and read it to the people. They responded, "We will do everything the Lord had said. we will obey. Moses then took the blood, sprinkled it on the people, and said, "This is the blood of the covenant that the Lord has made with you in accordance with all these words." Moses and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and the 70 elders of Israel went up and saw the God of Israel. Under his feet was something like a pavement made of lazuli and bright blue and sky, but God did not raise his hand against this leader of the Israelites. They saw God, and they ate and drank. The Lord said to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain and stay here, and I will give you the tablet of stone with the law and commandments I have written for their instruction." Then Moses set out them Joshua, he ate. And Moses went up on the mountain of God. He said to the elder, "Wait here for us until we came back to you. Aaron and Hur are with you, and anyone involved in the dispute can go to bed." When Moses went up to mountain, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord settled on Mountain Sinai. For 6 days the cloud covered the mountain, and on the 7th day the Lord called to Moses from within the cloud. To the Israelites, the glory of the Lord looked like a consuming fire on the top of the mountain. Then Moses entered the cloud as he went on up the mountain, and he stayed on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights, offering for the tabernacle. The Lord said to Moses, "Tell the Israelites to bring me an offering. You are to receive the offering for me from everyone who heard from them to give. These are the offering you are to receive from them: gold, silver, and bronze, blue, purple, and scarlet, yarn, and fine linen, goat hair, ram skins, dyed red, and another type of dry leather, acacia wood, olive oil, or the white spices for the anointing oil, and for the fragrant incense, and oxystone, onyx stones, and other gems to be mounted on the ephod and breastpiece. Then have them make a sanctuary for me, and I will dwell among them. Make this tabernacle and all its furnishing exactly like the pattern I will show you. The ark. Have them make an ark of acacia wood 2 and a half cubit long, a cubit and a half wide, and a cubit and a half high. Overlay it with pure gold, both inside and out, and make a gold molding around it. Cast 4 gold rings for it and fasten them to it 4 feet, with 2 rings on the side and 2 rings on the other. Then make 4 of acacia wood and overlay them with gold. Insert the 4 into the rings on the side of the ark. Carry it. The 4 are to remain in the rings of the ark. They are not to be removed. They then put in the ark the tablets of the covenant law, which I will give you. Make an atonement cover of pure gold, 2.5 cubits long and cubit and a half wide, and make 2 cherubim out of hammered gold and the end of the cover. Make on cherub on the end, the second cherub on the other. Make the cherubim of the one piece with the cover at the 2 ends. The cherubim are to have their wings spread abroad, overshadowing the cover with them. The cherubim are to face each other, looking toward the cover. Place the cover on the top of the ark and put in the ark the tablet of the covenant law that I will give you. There above the cover between the 2 cherubim that are over the ark of the covenant law. I will meet you. You will give you all my commandments for the Israelites. The table. Make a table of acacia wood, 2 cubits long, a cubit wide, and a cubit and a half high. Overlay it with pure gold and make a gold molding around it. Also make around it a rim of handbreadths with wide and put a gold molding on the rim. Make 4 gold rings for the table and fasten them to the 4 corners. There, where the 4 legs are, the rings are to be close to the rims to hold the 4 used in carrying the table. Make a 4 the acacia wood, overlay them with gold and carry the table with them, and make it plates and dishes or pure gold, as well as its pitchers and bowls for the pouring out of offerings. Put the bread of the presence of this table to be before me at all time. The lampstand. Make a lampstand of the pure gold. Hammer out its base and shaft, and make it flow like cups, buds, and blossoms of one piece with them. 6 branches are to extend from the side of the lampstand, 3 on the one side and 3 on the other. 3 cups shaped like almond flowers with birds and blossom are to be on one branch, 3 on the next branch, and the same of all 6 branches extending from the lampstand. And on the lampstand there are to be 4 cups shaped like a almond flower with bud and blossom. One bud shall be under the first pair of the branches extending from the lampstand, a second bud under the second pair, and a third bud under the third pair, 6 branches in all. The bud and branches shall all be of one piece with the lampstand, hammered out of pure gold. Then make it 7 lamps, and set them up on it so that they light the space in front of it. Wick, trimmers, and tray are to be of pure gold. A talent of pure gold is to be used for the lampstand and all these accessories. See that you make them according to the pattern shown you on the mountain.